Thank you very much. It's a great honor for me to be back in South Africa. Prior to being president of the World Bank, I worked with many colleagues in Lesotho, in Malawi, and Rwanda. And when I was director of the HIV program at the World Health Organization from 2003 to 2006, I had many occasions to come here to South Africa. I'm here on my very first trip abroad as president of the World Bank because of my enormous respect for this country, for its people, and out of a realization that South Africa's success is important for the region, for the continent, and for the world. South Africa is 40% of the African economy, but most importantly, the government that is committed to both social inclusion and growth is leading the way and providing us another example of what we think needs to happen in the world. The World Bank's been very clear. Gender equity is critical for sustainable economic development. A focus on youth, and especially good jobs for youth, is critical for sustainable economic development. And we believe, along with the South African government, that social inclusion and economic growth, especially in the private sector, are not mutually exclusive. And so we have an enormous stake in doing everything we can to ensure the success of South Africa in achieving those goals, and that's why I'm here. I was very pleased and honored that I was able to meet with so many ministers. And in the discussions, I was deeply impressed with the level of analysis that the ministers had been doing of their own success. We had a very frank discussion, and the theme that came out of the discussion was extremely encouraging to me. And that theme was, we will experiment with policy, the experiment's the wrong word. We have good policy. We've thought long and hard about the policies we've put in place. And now we're very focused on implementing to make sure that the policies work and that they work for everybody. And so we had a very long and intense discussion about how the World Bank and South Africa could work together on improving implementation and delivery. Now, this is a problem of every single country in the world. Many countries have good policies. Every single country in the world falls short at some point in terms of their implementation and delivery. The point that I wanted to make to the Honorable Minister and his colleagues is that the World Bank is full of wonderful practitioners who have extensive academic training, but who also have the experience of working in countries, working with clients, trying to improve their implementation and delivery. I was just extremely encouraged that we were exactly on the same page in terms of how we're going to structure our relationship. For us, being deeply engaged in the work of South Africa is not, is on the one hand focused on our perhaps ability to bring maybe some experience from other countries, some expertise, but even more importantly, we are here to learn. South Africa is the place where many innovations have happened, and we want to deepen our relationship with South Africa, because we want to learn from the innovations and the achievements that have happened here so that we can share them not only across the continent, but with the rest of the world. Finally, I was very honored as well to meet with President Zuma. And we spoke also about the importance of implementation and delivery. President Zuma mentioned many different areas where he would like to cooperate with the World Bank. And one of the areas, of course, is health. I'm a physician, I'm an anthropologist. I've worked on healthcare programs in Africa and in many other parts of the developing world. And once again, I think that the special contribution of the World Bank may very well be that we are very good at thinking about how infrastructure and systems can impact healthcare delivery and health outcomes. Moreover, we can bring experiences from other countries, other regions, that might be helpful to the South African government. So I'd like to conclude by saying that I was thrilled by my visit today. I'm here for very clear reasons. South Africa is important for the entire world. We have an enormous stake in success here, and we've laid the groundwork for, I think, a deepening collaboration that we hope will bring many good things for the people of South Africa. But perhaps even more importantly, through our learning here, we can bring the lessons of South Africa to other countries as well. Thank you.